In the last video, we worked an example with an application problem dealing with Dave's property and a road going around his house, and I said that we had to make an assumption just to make the problem easier, which was fine, but it turns out I made an error. We actually didn't have to do that. There was something we could have done to solve the problem without making an assumption. So we had assumed, I'm going to scroll up here, that's the problem that we worked out in the last video, we assumed that this L2 length is parallel to the original road path, which it's not, and we actually don't have to assume that. If you look at this triangle, now there's less clutter, maybe it's more obvious, you might notice, oh, this is an isosceles triangle. That means that this angle here, we'll call it alpha, is parallel to this other one, which will also be alpha. So how much is alpha? Well, alpha plus 95 degrees, well, that's 180, right? So that means that if we add alpha and alpha, we get 2 alpha, right? If we subtract 95 on both sides, we get 85 degrees. So that means that alpha is 42.5 degrees. So that means we can find out L2 using the law of sines without assuming anything, right? Because that length of road is in fact not parallel to the original path. So let me zoom out a little bit. So if I use the law of sines and I use this pair here, 42.5 along with 500, and then I can use 95 with L2, then I find that sine 42.5 degrees divided by 500, that equals sine of 95 degrees divided by L2. So if I cross multiply, L2 times sine of 42.5 degrees, that equals 500 times sine 95 degrees. Oops. 95 degrees. So L2 equals 500 times sine 95 degrees divided by sine of 42.5 degrees. So I can throw that in a calculator, and I can get 500 times sine 95 divided by sine 42.5, and I get 737.277 feet. So that would mean, if I go up here and I cheat a little bit, if I find it, here we go. Let me copy this. Oh no, cut. Let me copy this down here, and I get rid of this 704, and I can put in 737.277. I can go to my calculator and go 351.769 plus 737.277 plus 274.292, and I get 1363.338, which, if you subtract 1200 from that, that means that the extra distance is 163.338 feet. That is the additional distance that had to be used beyond what was originally intended.